people are constantly asking, like, what is the coach's choice? And we have a lot of different coaches. So we have people that are working with elites and the VIP as well. And the coach's choice is the choice the coach makes. So you want to know how we arrive by the coach's choice and what makes it different from your own choice. So it's there are 3 points or 3 steps, but I'm just going to give one, and then another day I'm going to give another and another. Okay, so today I'll just talk about the emotional stability part of things. So earlier times we would ask you, like, are you someone that's playful? Are you someone that, jokes a lot? Are you someone that worries in situations? And people would give you the answers they would hope they were. So someone could tell you, I'm really calm in situations, but in actuality, they actually do worry. So people don't usually, we find that people didn't give like the honest answers. So we decided to find a way to get the answer for ourselves in our own little ways. So emotional stability is one, because you want someone that kind of compliments you in this situation, not all cases. So the first one is, okay, well, emotional stability, as I said. So emotional stability is just kind of our own little way of trying to match you up with how you react to situations. So we want someone that's calm in situations to be with someone that's not as calm. Let's use the word concerned. So someone that's really concerned in situations as opposed to someone that's calm in situations, we kind of feel like that would make a better match, as opposed to someone that's just concerned or someone that's concerned, it would be too much worry. And then if two people are just calm, it just won't work. It's just weird. So that's why we kind of want the opposites in this situation. And so you want to know, how do we decide if you're emotionally stable, like if you're calm or if you're concerned? How do we know if you're calm or concerned? And so you want to know, how do we decide if you're emotionally stable, like if you're calm or if you're concerned? How do we know if you're calm or concerned? So what we do when we ask you, we usually, when you come up to sign up, usually do all the asking of questions. So you're like, how does this work? What does this do? So from that time already, when you inquire about stuff, we already start to mentally put you in a box. So it's not like a definite box, it's just like our mental box. So when you sign up and you're like, how does this work? And then we let you know, and you just sign up, like no questions asked, or not too many questions, maybe just 2 or 3. We kind of put you in the emotionally calm parts of our mental box. And then you find some people that do sign up and they're like overly concerned, which is understandable. So they're like, how does this work? Does this do this? Does this do that? The privacy situation, how is this? How is that? So they ask you like 1,000,001 questions, which is obviously understandable. So we mentally put you in the concern pile. So through that, we kind of just see that, okay, this person is a bit more calm and like, just ask like 1 or 2 questions. Maybe they just get it. Maybe they came from a friend that referred them, but they're not overly, and not just in the inquiry stage, while we're matching him. Some people do ask 1,000,001 questions. Like, how is the guy? How is the girl? What do they look like? What do they do? What do they like to eat? Do they smoke? Do they this? They're like overly concerned with every single detail. While some people are like, I just want someone that's this. We usually ask you for an explanation or a description, actually, sorry, a description about the type of person you would love to meet. And so in the description as well, we use that to actually know your emotional stability as well. So if your description goes like, I want someone that's this, that, this, in your list, you have like over 20 things in your list that the person has to meet, then we put you in that concern pile, because you obviously are just, concerned about the kind of person you want to be with. And when someone is in the calm pile, their response usually to a question like that is just basically, they just focus on the age. They're like, I just think a person should be of this age and I would prefer this. So they're not very strict on it. They're like, I would prefer. Whenever you see that word, I would prefer, or my preference is, it shows they're not overly like stiff. So that kind of puts you in that calm pile. So that's why we kind of try to match the both together, opposites. But sometimes we find that the calm and the calm works as well. It's the overly and overly that's, the overly concerned and the overly concerned that we find do not work at times. But for the calm and the calm part, we find that that works sometimes. And we find that the overly concerned and the calm part works sometimes, but then the overly concerned and the overly concerned, we find that that hardly works. So that's just one way. So hopefully you learned something.